Hello everyone, I'm Jay, and this is my first stand-up for Bangor Comedy, so please be nice. I am a first year going into my second year, so uni's helped me reflect a lot about things in life. It's taught me that if I'm up till 6 o'clock in the morning watching Adventure Time, that is an integral part of my degree as an English teacher. It's taught me that a pass into second year is definitely a fail into third year. And it's also taught me that my underwear only needs to be changed if the person next to me can smell. But what university's taught me most about is the wonderful world of women. So before university, I had no success with the ladies. It wasn't very good. I know what you're thinking. You're looking at me thinking, how did this stud-muffin Ladykiller stand in front of you? Not get anywhere with the ladies. But sadly, it was true. I'll tell you how bad it was. My first experience with a woman, we met the 21st century way, as in we both got pissed in a club. And so she said, oh, do you want to come back to mine? And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, a woman who actually wants to talk to me. So we went back to hers, and it was very nice. I was expecting very romantic, ooh, look, it's my bed. Ooh, you should come and lay on my bed. It was not come and lay on my bed, it was more, get on my fucking bed! All I remember was walking into this room, clothes just ripped off me. I didn't know what was walking in. By the first step, everything was off. This woman forced me down onto the bed like it was Hulk Hogan trying to pin me. Like, Rah! And I was looking up thinking, this is not what romance is. This is not what those books my mother reads promised me. So, she looked me in the eye and she said, take my bra off. Now, up to this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'd never seen a bra or knew the integral workings of a bra. So the prospect of taking it off was quite terrifying. So I kind of hooked my hands round, feeling for something, and then to kind of make it look like I was doing something, I had a mini thumb war with myself. Yeah, it's coming. And I could see she was getting a bit stressed. So she looked at me and she was like, whoa, just take it off. And I was like, will you take it off already? I was like, oh, I can't, I've got to leave. So I pushed her off me, picked all my clothes up, just covering myself, standing there like a sheep about to be sheared. And she turned to me and she went, the clasp is at the front. Now, when you're walking down Bangor High Street with only your clothes covering you, thinking the clasp was at the front, it really isn't the best 7 in the afternoon you're ever going to have. But back to uni. Uni was my first actual experience that didn't involve terrifying and nearly pissing myself. So we met through a mutual friend of Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan, lovely fellas, and we went back to hers, and it was a lot more romantic this time. We did the whole, ooh, you're so pretty, oh, you know, all that shit that women like. So my clothes came off again, but this time I wasn't scared that I'd get lacerations from it. She was on top of me and she was like, ooh, do you want to take a shower? I was like, I really don't smell, come on. Jesus. And she was like, no. We should take a shower together. And I was like, dirty talk. I see where this is going. So I looked over, yeah, I'm a naughty boy. And it was only at this point that I decided to look around the room. Now, something that I haven't mentioned is that she was from Brazil, and she was foreign, and wasn't too aware of, England. So as I looked around the room, I saw a big Brazilian flag, which wasn't too bad, the breeze block walls of normal sight, which wasn't too bad, and then in the corner, a huge, must have been A3 picture of her father in a military uniform with a big handlebar moustache, looking at me as if to say, oh, so you're gonna fuck my daughter? And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is not what I was promised. So we got up and we made our way to the shower. It's like, oh yeah, get in the shower, yeah. Now in films, they make shower scenes seem sexy. It's all like, oh yeah, let's lather each, oh look at the soap. It's nothing like that. If you've ever been in a shower that is made for one person and you are my height, you will realise that you walk in and the god will stand in front of you, and you will stand there just being attacked by water going, whoa, whoa, whoa. To be honest, her dad could have traded him for her, and I don't think I'd have noticed. So we were getting on, and it was like, oh look, soap's a thing, oh, shampoo my hair. And then, through some instant, in the tiniest shower there was, she manages to slip over. Now, showers are slippery, I've got that. But she slips, and as she's slipping, she grabs out for the nearest hard object. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're obviously thinking, oh, she grabbed for my cock. That's such an obvious punchline. No, she didn't. She grabbed for the tap, which doesn't seem too bad. But when you think about showers, you know they have two settings. They have as cold as the Antarctic, and let's pour a kettle over ourselves. And she managed to push the tap to let's pour a kettle over Jane. So as she falls, and I stumble back, the shower decides to rage a volcano all over my genitals. And I am standing there thinking, good God, if we do anything now, my sex is going to be literally on fire. So I'm there, my cock's on fire, I'm panicking, and she's like, oh, you're not, fuck off, love, I'm trying to sort myself out here. So I stumble out the shower, and I push open the door and take a step, and I feel something hard digging into my foot. And I was like, oh, it's probably just a crumb or something. But as I look down, I discover that a drawing pin has wedged itself deep into my foot. And I look at it and thinking, huh, this night isn't how it should be going. So I look down and I'm like, oh fuck. And I pull the drawing pin out. Because you know, feet don't bleed that much. It turns out feet bleed quite a lot. So as I pulled it out, just ooze came out of everywhere. I was leaving these horrible red footprints all over her carpet, which are probably still there to remember me by, and all over her bathroom. Moses couldn't have parted this Red Sea. And I was there and I was like, oh, Jesus. So I went back into the bathroom to try and sort my foot out. And I heard a call, and she was like, Jay, I've got some cream. And I was like, great, we're finally going to get somewhere. And I was like, oh, is it lube? And then she came in and looked at me with those big brown eyes and said, no, it's some Savlon for your charred cock. I've been Jay Holmes, thank you very much. That was the most disappointing 7 minutes of her life. So I hope this 7 minutes has been better for you.
Taught us that there's a first time for everything. Knock knock.
Hula.
Hula.
Hula hoop.
It's hula hoop, you morons! Shit, I've forgotten the rest of my material. That was so intense. You know, I think I need a drink, actually. Whew. Did you all get a drink in the interval?
Yeah.
Alcoholic, I hope.
Yes.
Because the more drunk you are, the funnier we'll see. Speaking of drunk, I want to introduce our next actor tonight. The only man with heels bigger than his dick,